What is up, guys? Back on December 31st, 2019. Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, please subscribe and check out the content. We're in the new truck, and what is the new truck? We're out of the 4Runner and we're now into a 2020 Toyota Tundra TRD Pro. I got the army green color, and I got to tell you, at first I wasn't convinced. I saw a lot of pictures online. Pictures just don't do this color justice. It always looks a little lighter or a little darker. You really have to see it in person to get a feel for what it looks like. This is an old FJ Cruiser color. So if you've seen the FJ Cruiser in this color, you know what it looks like. But the pictures online and some of the videos, even the color saturation, it's just not quite right. It always looks like a weird lime green or olive green, and it's really not. I mean, in some lights it is, but that's the thing. It changes depending on which light you're in. You can be in the shade and it'll almost look black. So it's kind of cool. I like that. I also like that it's not a metallic color. It's kind of a flat color with a clear coat. And I had a lot of issues on the 4Runner with the paint. That nautical blue looked beautiful when it was brand new, but after about 5 or 6 car washes, it looked awful. There was tons of swirl marks. It swirled up so easy. I tried to be so careful with that truck, and anything I did just made it look worse. I spent time polishing and waxing and buffing, and I could just never get it to look like it did from factory again. I did a lot of off-roading in it. I did some off-roading. So we went to Moab. We did some trips down to Durango and Ouray, and did some passes, and just really enjoyed the vehicle for what it was. But we discovered, when we were doing our camping trips, we're pulling our camper, we added the supercharger to the truck to get a little more power out of it for towing and, for fun. Because I'm not going to lie, the supercharger was fun in that vehicle. But it still just didn't quite have everything we needed. As far as room on the inside, power for towing in the mountains. I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong, it was good. But after you've had a V8 truck and you come out of it into a V6 SUV, or I don't know if you'd classify that as an SUV or truck, it's just different. Even with the supercharger, it wasn't what I really wanted. So I was able to trade the vehicle in. I got a good deal. I got a good deal on this. I basically paid sticker, which was $55,450, I think. $55,400 and some change. It came with a spray and bed liner. It came with a couple other things that bumped the price up from the $54,300 and something, which is the MSRP. So I think I got a good deal. There was no dealer markup. There's a lot of dealers that will mark these up, cost adjustment for just even what area you live in, just to get a few extra bucks out of the vehicle. $5 grand, $8 grand, $10 grand. I've seen ridiculous markups even here in town. So the dealer that I used did not do that. Thank you to them. and the salesperson I work with was absolutely fantastic, and I can't say anything bad. A great experience all the way around. It was pretty easy to do. And so we've had the truck now for about 2 months. I got it at the middle to end of October, and I've got 975 miles on it. So we've been doing some traveling out of town. I've been traveling for work, so I haven't been driving it as much the first few months, but coming up here into 2020, we're going to be doing some cool stuff with this vehicle. So if you want to see that, please subscribe to the channel. You'll see me do some cool modifications. I'm not going to do anything crazy to this truck though, like I did with the 4Runner. I went a little overboard there with the lift and the badges, and I mean, I basically did everything to that truck you could do, except for the spare tire on the rear tailgate. I didn't do that. That was something I wanted to do. I didn't do, but had a lot of fun in that truck. So I can't say anything really bad about that. It just wasn't what I need right now. I can see myself back in a 4Runner or having a 4Runner as a second vehicle, but for right now, this truck is what I really wanted. All right. So I'm actually on my way to the hardware store to pick up some stuff for one of the modifications that I want to do to the truck. I'm going to post several videos showing the modifications I'm doing. Like I said, I'm not doing anything too crazy. The truck already has a great lift. It's already got blackout badges. It's already got a lot of the stuff that I did to the 4Runners already on this vehicle. One of the reasons I went with the TRD Pro package. The lift is not too crazy. It's about 1 3/4 inches higher than the standard Tundra TRD off-road. And it's got the Fox tuned suspension specifically for this vehicle. And it really does soak up the bumps. I mean, my 2012 Rock Warrior had the Bilstein shock absorbers in it and Bridgestone KO2s, or excuse me, BFG KO2 tires. And I felt every bump in the road. Those concrete divided highways where they use the concrete slab, that truck would rock back and forth. It would bounce me all over. This truck bounces a little, but nothing unusual. Like, it bounces like a truck, not like a rocking horse like the 2012 did. Thank you for following me along my journey here and being a part of the channel. I'd love to see you follow along in 2020 and see some of the stuff I'm going to do to this truck, and just get it to where I want it to be. It doesn't really need much added to it. Like I said, it is a beautiful truck. It's a beautiful color. Really, this color has grown on me. And the 4Runner was the first vehicle I ever had that wasn't white. And a white car is so easy to take care of. You don't really see the swirls. You don't really see those little imperfections like you do in a darker colored car. And that nautical blue in the 4Runner was just, it was probably one of the worst colors a guy like me could pick. Some people will wash their car 4 or 5 times a year and they're happy with that. I will wash my car like an insane person, and I'm very meticulous with it. And just seeing all those little swirls and stuff in the paint, that's what led me here. So with this flat paint on this Tundra, I'm noticing that it's not showing the dirt as much. Like when it's slightly dirty, it still looks clean. I'm not going to be washing it as much. And then I went and bought myself some stuff to do my own car detailing so that I can take care of that stuff myself instead of taking it to a car wash where I have to rely on other people and their expertise. And I got to avoid those tunnel car washes with the brushes that spin, and even though some of them are microfiber and whatever, you're just, the 10 cars that went in front of you, all that dirt is getting slapped around on your car, right? So no matter what, you're going to wind up with some swirls, some marks, but I just want to minimize that. So I picked myself up a pressure washer, I picked myself up some detailing equipment, and I'm going to try and take care of that stuff myself. So I might post some videos about that, some of the modifications I'm doing here on the interior, the exterior, and just getting this vehicle to look amazing. So I'm getting some texts, so it's time for me to go. I'm picking up some stuff at the store. I am going to take off. Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you for following me, and I hope you have a great 2020. Thank you.